Hello students, I am Nesha Desai. In last session, we learned about expansion of the company rule, subsidiary alliance system, why it introduced in India, how it works, what was the terms and conditions of this system, then annexation policy of Dalhousie and what reforms Dalhousie brought in India. Now we will learn subsidiary alliance system or the dual power policy. Subsidiary alliance system or the dual power policy. Why it known as the dual power policy, that will we see in this topic. The dual power policy or Dvimukhi Sashan was introduced for the first time in Bengal, whereby the power of collecting revenue was with the British, while the responsibility of people's welfare was with the Nawab. The British got the power without any responsibility and the Nawab had the responsibility without any power. This was known as the subsidiary alliance system, which ruined the Bengal economically. Because of this policy, Britishers became strong economically. They got the power of collecting revenue and the Nawab had responsibility of people's welfare. So Nawab had to look after of the people of the region, but the collecting of taxes and revenue, that power went to the Britishers. Because of this policy, the Bengal economy ruined economically, completely broke down economically. Economic impact of the company. When we evaluate the 100 years of company rule in India, we realize that India had an enviable position in the world in the previous centuries, but now it became merely a country that produced raw material for England. It also became a prospective market for goods produced in factories. Bengal exported cotton cloth, raw silk, sugar, jute and muslin. But after the dual power policy, the glitter of the economic prosperity of Bengal faded. The unified revenue collection policy by the company made the Indian peasant a debtor. As we know, India had incomparable position in the whole world, but after the arrival of the East India Company, it became merely and they had to produce the raw materials for England, and the Bengal had to export cotton, cloth, then raw silk, sugar and jute and muslins. The British government imposed unfair taxes on the Indian cloth industries. They adopted various deceitful practices to ruin the prosperous Indian industries. The Indian artisans became poor and unemployed. The company traders forced the weavers of Bengal to sign contracts for providing a definite quantity of cloth in a short period. If the weavers refused, he would be punished by being lynched or jailed. Before the arrival of the company, the Indian villagers were self-reliant and prosperous. But under the company rule, they became dependent and poor. As we know, in dual policy system, British government took the charge of the taxes and revenues. So on the in Indian cloth industries also, because of this the Indian artisans become poor and unemployment, and they forced to the weavers to sign the contract to providing quality clothes only, quantity of clothes or quality of the clothes only to the company. If the weavers refuse, they would be punished or they sent them to the jail. Before the arrival, as we know, villagers, so many small town, what can we say, cottage businesses or cottage industries were there. So because of these cottage industries, village were self-reliant before the arrival of the company. After the arriving of the company, they become independent and poor. After the arrival of the company, the villagers became dependent and poor. The economic impact of the company rule in India, but in a positive way. What was the positive impact of the company rule in India? That we will see. During the rule of East India Company, the first railway line started between Mumbai and Thane. Steamer service between India and England was started. Then development of the port in Mumbai, Madras, today's Chennai and Kolkata also took place. These were the positive impact of the company. Now we will see the social impact of the company rule. Before this we learned economical impact of the company rule. Now we will see socially how company rule affected. During the British administration, the spirit of freedom of speech and thought developed among people. Due to the development of newspapers, in the Indian society, certain wrong social customs, rites and rituals were prevalent during this time, like sati system, female infanticide, then child marriage, etc. Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Durgaram Mehta, Bairamji Malbari, etc. were stalwarts whose role was instrumental in getting the law passed with the help of Britishers. As the administrative framework in India was anglicized, there was a demand for people with knowledge of English. English education began to be imparted in English in India due to the Lord Macaulay's endeavour, as recommended by the Charles Wood. Universities were established in Mumbai, Madras and Kolkata. Whole class of people with knowledge of English education. With the passage of time, this group made demands for social reforms and gave momentum to the process of reforms. When people getting the knowledge of English, they want reforms of the system. Means they want freedom from these rules and regulations. In this chapter, we learnt about an incomparable position of India in the world, demand of Indian spices, muslin, silk and indigo. Then after the conquest of Constantinople, Europeans failed to discover the new sea route to India, and Vasco da Gama came to India and he discovered a new sea route to India. Then arrival of Europeans to India, Buxar of Plassey, Buxar of Battle, expansion of the company rule, then Dalhousie's policy of annexation, then company's social and economical impact of the company, then subsidiary alliance system or dual power system, then economic impact of the company in company rule in India in a positive way. What was the positive? During the rule of East India Company, first a railway line, then steamer service system started, then development of the port in Mumbai, Madras and Kolkata. This was the positive impact of the company rule in India that we learnt in this chapter. Now we will meet with the new chapter. Thank you.